major differences between the offense playing under Kliff and now playing under Drew?
Two different systems. You know, obviously, one, you know, more relying on other things, and another one more relying on other things.
One offense is relying on one thing, and the other offense is relying on another. Wink. Kyler Murray comes out when asked about comparing Drew Petzing's offense to Kliff Kingsbury's offense. Ladies and gentlemen, this just adds more fuel to the fire. Kyler Murray needs to win this game. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals conversational pieces, post-game reactions, everything you could possibly think of, so subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. All right, everybody, let's go and dive right into it. Let's talk about the Week 4 matchup, the Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. And as you know, the big storyline coming into this game is Kliff Kingsbury coming back to the desert, and this is a must-win for this Arizona Cardinals organization. But the biggest thing that people are talking about is the fact that Kyler Murray could not, hopefully will not lose against this offense being led by, of course, Kliff Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator and Jayden Daniels. Now, we all know the history of what Kliff Kingsbury has done to the Arizona Cardinals organization. Now, although we did have some happy times with him, definitely is known as that absolutely smooth talker, a very lax SoCal type of vibe. We all know that on Sunday, this is going to be a very different game. And honestly, I think Kliff Kingsbury, as well as Kyler Murray, most likely wants to win this game for, you know, themselves and, you know, for pride, right? Now, they're not going to come out here and say that this is an absolute different game than any other Sunday, Thursdays, and Mondays, but I think deep down this is a different game because we got Kliff Kingsbury, former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, got fired after he was extended in 2022 after the absolute abysmal performance and only getting 4 wins in 2022, took a job at USC, and now found himself as the offensive coordinator to a now rookie quarterback in Jayden Daniels. Now, Jayden Daniels is actually having a pretty good start to his career. Right now, he does have 664 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, has a QBR rating of 67.9. Now, I think his best game was probably going to be in Week 3 versus the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football, where everybody was watching. They absolutely put a chokehold on the Cincinnati Bengals, and obviously now they fall to 0-3. They took care of business, and they got a win where some people maybe didn't believe that they were going to go out here and win. But Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals do have a lot of things to look forward to heading into this game as well. Obviously, we are sitting at 1-2, but all 3 games that we had to start the 2024 season, the Bills, the Rams, and the Lions are all seen as potential playoff teams. And we were in all these games. In the Bills game, we lost by 6 points, and in the Lions game, we lost by 7 points. So if there's something that you want to hang your hat on, that's definitely something you can. Now, the Arizona Cardinals here, we've heard Kyler Murray already speak to the media pertaining to Kliff Kingsbury and what his offense is compared to Drew Petzing. Now, there was another media member that ended up asking him, can he give tips to Nick Rallis in this defense to potentially, you know, kind of solve the Kliff Kingsbury's offense? Now, he came out and said no, right? Flat out, he's not going to help, or he can't provide any pointers. Now, I don't expect him to come out here and do so. Kyler Murray needs to take care of business, and I think this is a time where this whole offense, this whole defense, this whole organization needs to rally around this quarterback in Kyler Murray to come out with the win on Sunday, because we cannot live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where we're sitting on Monday of next week and we're talking about a loss. The Arizona Cardinals falling to 1-3. Now, the trajectory of both these teams are kind of in a similar path. Obviously, Dan Quinn, being the head coach, already has himself 2 wins in the season, while Jayden Daniels is heading into his 2nd year in the 2024 season, starting off the season at 1-2. Now, although there's not much differences, right, because the Cardinals did play tough, play with grit in all of these games, we need to come out with a win here, because a win can mean multiple things for the Arizona Cardinals. A, we're back at 500 at 2-2, and then B, we're going to come out here and actually have a staple point, because everybody's talking about the Jayden Daniels offense on Monday Night Football, right, about how great they looked. And I don't want to take anything away from Jayden Daniels and what this offense did to that Cincinnati Bengals team, but the Arizona Cardinals preach about the fact that we're so physical. We need to make sure that we actually bring that to the table here on Sunday and show how much of a physical team we are compared to the Washington Commanders. Now, we did get a little insight as to who the Commanders are defensively. Now, on paper, they do have a really good defensive line, but I was told that they have not really showed their potential in 2024, so that can definitely be a big focal point for the Cardinals to run the ball down their throat and obviously take advantage of the explosives with Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch. We do not know the status of Trey McBride heading into week 4 about is he going to play or not. What we do know is Trey McBride did not practice on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday, and obviously that's not a good look. So as of right now, I'm hoping that we find a game plan for Elijah Higgins to potentially be available here over the field for Kyler Murray. But right now, this is the chance for everybody to rally around Kyler Murray. Right here is an absolutely important game for the Cardinals to come out with the win. Now, this is not one of those things where, I have no issues with the Commanders. I think they're a really, really good team. But this is the time where the Cardinals need to look at their opponent and said, we can beat you. We can take you down. Kyler Murray needs to have an explosive game, but most importantly, we need to come out with the W here. I do not want to live in a world where on Monday we're talking about the 1-3 Cardinals. The excuses are done. This is time to put up and shut up. This is the time where Kyler Murray needs to come out and said, you were fired. I was chosen over you, and this is exactly why. Because I was able to produce wins, because I wasn't the problem. There's just going to be so many storylines if the alternative happens for the Cardinals. We need to win this game. The excuses are done. I don't want to hear anybody talk about wide receiver separation. I don't want to hear anything talking about Kyler Murray had no protection. I heard Kelvin Beachum is actually practicing. This is the time right here where the Cardinals need to get their season right. Kyler Murray needs to have an absolute amazing game against this defense, because on paper, like I mentioned earlier, on paper it seems like they have a good defense, but Arizona Cardinals have an opportunity to put 30 plus points on this defense. I think this game's going to come down to who's going to have that one or big two crucial momentum swings on the defensive side of the ball, right? Those big crucial stops. I see this as a high scoring game for the Cardinals and the Commanders, but I do believe in our defense just a little bit more because we were able to hold down the Detroit Lions to 0 points in the second half. Let's see if that can translate here into week 4. Go ahead and absolutely harass Jayden Daniels back there. At the bottom line is that he is a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals are in a better position. We're in year 2. There's no way we should be dropping this game. What are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Do you give this Arizona Cardinals organization leeway if we lose, or do you see this as a must-win game for the Cardinals as well? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cardinals.